Now it's Sparage taking the shot, scores!
What a move! What a goal! How about that?
It funnels its way to the net, scores! Oh my goodness!
Oh yeah, it's game day. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bastyovanszky, welcoming you back inside our NOJHL studio. I'm here to get you all set before the opening face-off today, and there's tons to cover, so let's get to it.
The final seconds will tick down. The Hearst Lumberjacks extend their season. 6 unanswered goals in period 3, and the Lumberjacks live to see another day.
It was, without a doubt, one of the craziest games in NOJHL playoff history on Friday night in Sudbury. The Cubs, one win away from capturing their second straight title, led 6-4 close to the midway point of the third period when Hearst reeled off 6 consecutive goals to shock the home crowd and win the contest to force Game 6 back in Hearst on Monday night. I asked veteran Lumberjacks broadcaster Dennis J. Puska if he'd ever seen anything like it before.
Well, no. I've been doing this now over 40 years, covering various levels of hockey. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this was stunning. This was absolutely stunning. 1, because it was a championship series. And 2, you've got 2 of the better goaltenders in the league, Alexandre Boivin and Carson Charche. Charche stood on his head in games 3 and 4. He was incredible, the reason why Hearst didn't win. However, game 6, he started off not bad, but Hearst got to him early, and they seemed to have his number. And then in the third period, Hearst just opened up the floodgates. You had Matthew Como, another shorthanded goal. We'll have to see what happens, but you know, this is a complete, I'm not going to say shocker, but it is what makes covering hockey such a lot of fun.
Cubs broadcaster Thomas Mercier was no less shocked as he called the game and watched the Sudbury lead get erased in the third.
This game was a true roller coaster. I mean, I think we expected quite the pushback from Hearst, but I don't think anyone could have expected this kind of a pushback. I mean, the Cubs had 2 multi-goal leads in the game, and they had a chance to close it out in the third period, but then 6 unanswered from the Lumberjacks, including 2 empty netters, was the difference maker, and it was a really rough third period. I would say that was Sudbury's worst period of this entire year.
I asked Thomas if it was possible that the Cubs may have been looking ahead a bit to their second straight Centennial Cup appearance rather than focusing on the task at hand.
Yeah, I think they probably had it in their sights. Obviously, them being up by 2 was huge going into the third period. I think they took their eyes off the ball for a second, and I think that's why Hearst was able to capitalize. They had some really good performances from Bronson Babiak, Chase Thompson, Shilling Matthew Como, the usual suspects. Like, they really, really nailed it down. But I think what was the turning point was putting Owen Bontuis in to start the third period. As soon as they put him in, I said on the broadcast, Sudbury might be in trouble here. And unfortunately for Sudbury, they were.
And now it's off to Game 6 tonight in Hearst. It's a 7 p.m. puck drop at the Claude Larose Recreation Center. Will the Cubs bounce back and win the trophy that slipped from their grasp on Friday, or will Hearst force Game 7 back in Sudbury on Wednesday?
It's the most pivotal game of this season. You don't want to give up a 3-1 series lead heading into a Game 7, so Sudbury, I know, is going to be chomping at the bit. I with Hearst, their game being in their building, I would be shocked if they don't pack the Claude Larose and potentially push Game 7.
I'm anxious to see what kind of crowd we're going to get. After all, Alex, it's election night. It's election night. So that's what kind of crowd are we going to have? I think we're going to get a full house again. But again, people will go out and vote, hopefully, and then come out and enjoy the game. So it's going to be interesting. As I say, I think we're headed to Game 7 coming up on Wednesday night, the last night possible for the NOJHL regular season. Hearst has got all the momentum on their shoulders right now.
You're not going to want to miss that game tonight. It's going to be incredible. Okay, let's look at what's going on across the rest of the leagues in Canada. In the OJHL final, Trenton took down Milton 7-2 on Friday. They lead that series, the Buckland Cup final, 3-1. In the CCHL, congratulations to the Rockland Nationals. What a season they are having. They won 5-4 in overtime against Carleton Place and sweep the series 4-0. In the SIJHL, Dryden took down Cam River 4-3 on Saturday in overtime. Cam River leads that series 3-2. In Manitoba, the Northern Manitoba Blizzard lost to Dauphin 3-0 on Sunday, so they lead that series 3-2 now. And congrats to the Melfort Mustangs in the SJHL. They have booked their return trip to the Centennial Cup after playing there last year. They took down the Weyburn Red Wings in their series 4-1. Of course, it all culminates in Calgary on May 8th through to the 18th. All the league winners from across the CJHL chasing the ultimate prize, the Centennial Cup. Who will be there from the NOJHL? Hearst or Sudbury? We will soon find out. Primetime player from Game 5, it was Matthew Como from the Hearst Lumberjacks. The big players come through in the big moments. Boy, did he ever, including that beautiful shorty right there. 4 points in the game, 2 goals, 2 assists in the Jacks win. And your play of the day from Game 5 brought to you by BrokerLink, auto, home, and business insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. And although Sudbury lost, we're giving it to Noah Cohan for this beauty.
7 combined goals, 4 of which have come on the stick of Greater Sudbury. Now on a pickoff, Cohan into the zone, beautiful move, Cohan towards the net, He scores! Noah Cohan, short-handed, 52.1 left in the period, Sudbury backed up by a pair, what a goal!
And always just remember that to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the NOJHL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching, everybody. It is off to the rink now for Puck Drop. Enjoy the game.